everyone. So let's start with a quick game. All you have to do is read what you see on the screen. Ready? The first one. All right. Second one. Again. Okay. The third one. What are you reading? There are no words. This literally says WHTRO in. Make no sense, right? Yet your mind filled in the blanks. That is the power of perception. You expected this to say something meaningful, and that is why your mind filled in the blanks. Now, there's a twist. Perception isn't passive, it's programmed. It's programmed by what you feed your mind. So when I was a kid, I thought that why is it that all these people that we meet look at the same thing so differently? Years later, I found the answer. It's because of what they feed their minds on. Your thoughts, stories, experiences, they all determine how you see your world. So for me, there are two things that have built on my perception. My deep love for India and the joy that I find in learning. The more I thought about these things, the more I started to see them everywhere in my daily lives. Science appeared in conversations. My love for India reflected in books and in competitions. My curiosity acted like a magnet. I started to attract all the opportunities in this field that I had been longing for. But all this, it didn't come easy. It didn't start boom with a sound or with a spotlight moment. It all started small. Back when I was very young, tiny questions lit the spark. Tiny questions lit the spark. Just like, how do fans spin? Why does the plant bend towards sunlight? These questions I didn't know the answers to, but I indeed loved the questions. And this love, it kept growing because around the same time, something else happened. I got my prime point. So when I was around 5 or 6, my mother used to travel to different IITs and some very good techie places. And because I was young, I got lucky enough that I got to tag along with her. So while she would attend those intense sessions where, brilliant people would talk about their ideas and how it has shaped them, little Navya would just sit in one corner of the room observing all of this. I felt that even if I didn't understand what they were saying, I could feel it. I could feel the fire within them. And seeing all those people talk so boldly, Navya wanted to be that confident too. She wanted to do something so that people would want to listen to her story as well. And I'm glad that today that dream of Navya has come true now that you all are listening to my story. That quiet little observer is finally on stage. Now, while all of this was happening, there was one object that struck my mind. A magnifying glass. Not because of science at first, but because of wonder. The way it focused light made small things clearer, and sometimes it could even spark fire. Isn't that what we all want? To gather the scattered pieces of our life and focus them all into something meaningful. For me, science became that lens. It didn't just magnify the world around me, it started to magnify the world within me. And sometimes when I wasn't holding a magnifying glass, I held up a mirror that didn't just reflect who I was, but it reflected who I could become. So now we all know that COVID was such a hit to all of us. We all had to shift online. And that is when I started my laptop exploration journey. I didn't just use it, I started playing with it. And that's when I came across ChatGPT. What is it? An AI chatbot, right? My first thoughts, how does this work? How can any software, any machine, any AI ever understand our thoughts, human thoughts? So this curiosity and these questions led me to take a course on generative AI with Microsoft. And that course, it blew my mind. AI wasn't just a tool, it was a mirror too. It reflected, it gave responses based on what I fed it, just like our minds work. So then I understood that if we want better answers, we need to ask better questions. So today I want to share with you all this one technique that has changed the way I use AI. We call it the prompt framework. Now each letter in this framework tells you about a task, and this task will help you use AI in a better manner, and this will create your prompts stronger for tools like ChatGPT and Copilot. So let's understand this with an example. Let's assume that you want to plan a trip to Paris. Here's the perfect prompt for that. Assume the role of an experienced travel agent and generate a travel itinerary for a 3-day trip to Paris. I need a detailed day-by-day itinerary, including activities and restaurant suggestions, within a mid-range budget, and focus on art museums and iconic landmarks. Club the activities into daily slots of morning, afternoon, and evening format. Give the output in an enthusiastic, informative, and helpful tone, similar to a friendly travel guide. Now that's the prompt framework in action. You have just used it. So the first P, it stands for purpose. In this case, it's to generate a travel itinerary. The role, very simple, you have given the persona of an experienced travel agent to the AI. Output, you want the output to be a detailed day-by-day itinerary. Now what are markers? M, that is for markers, is where you set foundations or limitations under the which AI has to give its response. In this condition, it's a specific 3-day trip to Paris. And also, this all has to be done under a mid-range budget. Now, patterns. This is the format in which you want the response. That is morning, afternoon, and evening format. The last T stands for tone. Very easy at the end. Enthusiastic, informative, and helpful. That is similar to a friendly travel guide. Amazing. Now you all can generate powerful prompts now that you all know the prompt framework. One smart prompt equals a world of results. But do you all know what's more important than this acronym? It's the intention. Because behind every great prompt isn't just a smart mind. There's a curious heart. So I ask you now, what are you feeding your mind? What are you focusing on? Is it doubt, distraction, fear? Or is it hope, possibilities, and ideas? Think about it. Remember the game that we started with? Your brain filled in the blanks on its own. And that is how we work every day. Your mind fills in the blanks based on what you've consumed, what you've believed in, and what you have chosen to see. So whether it's a magnifying glass that sharpens your focus, or a mirror that reflects your true potential, or a spark of curiosity that refuses to fade, we need to understand that we have to feed our mind with purpose, ask better questions, and shape a better reality. Because the future, it isn't written by codes and algorithms. It's written by people who dare to see differently. People like you. Thank you.